The woman in seat 12C was declared dead 4 years ago. The military held her funeral. Her mother mourned her. But when the pilot collapsed and the plane started falling, she walked to the cockpit and said 5 words that changed everything: call sign Phoenix. I'm flying. Before watching full story, comment below from where you watching. Also like SND, subscribe for more stories. The woman in seat 12C was supposed to be dead. Captain Maya Chen. United States Air Force. Fighter pilot. Call sign, Phoenix. Killed in action 4 years ago. Her family buried an empty casket. Her name was carved on a memorial wall. The military moved on. But Maya didn't die. She just disappeared. Now she sits on a small commercial airplane, wearing jeans and a plain blue shirt. Her hair is short and brown. She wears glasses she doesn't need. To everyone around her, she looks normal. Just another passenger going somewhere. Nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows that Maya Chen is flying to say goodbye to her dying mother. Nobody knows that this flight might destroy the quiet life she built. Nobody knows that in 20 minutes, everything will change. The airplane is a small regional jet. 72 passengers. 2 pilots. Flying from Bozeman, Montana to Denver, Colorado. A short flight. Nothing special. Maya stares out the window. Mountains pass below. White snow on dark peaks. Empty sky. She tries not to think about what comes next. Her mother has cancer. Stage 4. The doctors say she has days left. Maybe a week. Maya's sister called 3 days ago. Mom is asking for you, her sister said. If you want to say goodbye, come now. So Maya bought a ticket. She knows it's dangerous. Someone might recognize her face. The Air Force might discover she's alive. Her mother might learn the truth that Maya has been alive while she mourned a dead daughter. But her mother is dying. And Maya can't let her die alone. 40 minutes into the flight, the captain's voice comes through the speakers. Folks, we're at 28,000 feet. Weather looks good. Should be landing in Denver in about. The voice stops. Not a normal pause. A sudden silence. Like someone dropped the microphone. Maya's head snaps toward the front of the plane. Every instinct she has screams at her. Something is wrong. 10 seconds pass. Then the airplane lurches hard to the left. Passengers gasp. A woman screams. Bags shift in the overhead bins. The plane levels out, but it feels wrong. Like someone who doesn't know what they're doing just grabbed the controls. The speakers crackle again. A young woman's voice. Terrified. Ladies and gentlemen, this is First Officer Rodriguez. We have a medical emergency in the cockpit. The captain has collapsed. I'm trying to fly the plane, but I need help. If anyone on board has flying experience, please come forward immediately. The cabin erupts in panic. People scream. Children cry. A man shouts, "We're going to crash." Maya sits frozen. Medical emergency. Captain down. First officer alone and panicking. She's heard this scenario in training. Single pilot incapacitation. It's every co-pilot's nightmare. If the first officer isn't experienced enough, if she panics, the plane becomes uncontrollable. And this first officer is definitely panicking. The airplane banks left again. Steeper this time. The nose drops. They're losing altitude. Maya grips her armrests. Not your problem. You're dead. Stay dead. Someone else will help. But seconds pass and nobody moves. Over the speakers, Maya hears the first officer talking to air traffic control. Her voice is breaking. Denver Center, this is Regional 891. Mayday, Mayday. The captain is unconscious. I don't know what to do. I can't, I'm losing control. The air traffic controller's voice is urgent but calm. Regional 891, take a breath. Tell me your heading. I don't know. The instruments are spinning. I can't focus. I can't. Maya closes her eyes. 72 people are about to die because that first officer is having a panic attack. You could help her. The thought comes unbidden. You've flown in worse conditions. You've landed planes with engines on fire. With battle damage. With enemy soldiers shooting at you. This is just a regional jet with a scared pilot. But if she helps, they'll know. Her voice will be recorded. Her identity will be exposed. The Air Force will discover Phoenix is alive. Her mother will learn that Maya has been alive for 4 years. Everything will be destroyed. Maya opens her eyes. In seat 12A, a mother holds a crying toddler. In seat 12B, an old man prays with shaking hands. All around her, people prepare to die. Maya unbuckles her seatbelt and stands up. The businessman next to her grabs her arm. Ma'am, sit down. We need to stay in our seats. Maya pulls free. Not roughly, but with absolute confidence. Let go. She walks to the front of the plane. A flight attendant tries to stop her. Miss, please return to your seat. Maya looks her in the eyes. I'm a pilot. I have 3,000 flight hours. That first officer is about to lose control of this aircraft. Open the cockpit door right now, or 72 people are going to die. Your choice. The flight attendant's hands shake as she unlocks the door. The cockpit is chaos. First Officer Rodriguez is hyperventilating. Her hands shake on the controls. The plane is tilted 20 degrees left. They're descending at 900 feet per minute. Warning alarms scream. Red lights flash everywhere. The captain slumps in his seat. His face is blue. Heart attack. Massive one. He's either dead or close to it. Maya steps into the cockpit. Her training takes over. First Officer Rodriguez. Her voice cuts through the panic. Calm. Steady. Authoritative. The first officer's head whips around. Who, you can't be in here. My name is Maya. I'm a pilot. I'm going to help you, but I need you to listen very carefully. Can you do that? I can't, I don't know what to do, I've only been flying jets for 3 months. You're doing fine. But right now, I need you to take your hands off the controls. What? You're in a panic spiral. You're overcorrecting. You're making it worse. Take your hands off the controls right now and let me fly. You're a passenger. You're not certified on this aircraft. I'm a pilot with 3,000 flight hours. I've flown in combat. I've landed planes with battle damage. Trust me, or we all die. Choose now. Rodriguez stares at Maya. At the absolute calm in her eyes. At the confidence in her voice. She lets go of the controls. Maya slides into the captain's seat. She gently pushes the unconscious captain back and puts her hands on the yoke. It's been 4 years since she flew anything with jet engines. 4 years since she commanded an aircraft. But her hands remember. She rolls the wings level. Stops the descent. Stabilizes the aircraft at 27,000 feet. First Officer Rodriguez, I need you to breathe. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Slowly. Do it. Rodriguez obeys. Her breathing gradually steadies. Good. Now key the radio. I need to talk to Denver Center. Rodriguez's shaking hand presses the microphone button. Maya takes a breath. She's about to say words that will end her anonymity forever. Words that will reveal her to the world. Words that will destroy the quiet life she built. But 72 people need her. She speaks into the microphone. Her voice is calm, professional. The voice of a military pilot. Denver Center, this is Regional 891. I am a passenger with flight training who has assumed control of this aircraft. The captain is incapacitated. The first officer is unable to continue. I have stabilized the aircraft at 27,000 feet. I will be handling this emergency from this point forward. There's a pause. Then the controller's shocked voice. Regional 891, confirm, a passenger is now flying the aircraft? Affirmative. My name is Captain Maya Chen. Call sign Phoenix. United States Air Force. I was declared killed in action 4 years ago. I am not dead. I am flying this aircraft, and I need immediate help landing this plane because I haven't flown a jet in 4 years and I need approach guidance. The silence on the radio is absolute. Then, say again your call sign. Phoenix. Captain Maya Chen. F-16 pilot. 198 combat missions. Declared Kia March 14, 2020. Funeral held. Name on the memorial wall. I'm alive, and I'm flying Regional 891 with 72 souls on board. Now can we please focus on landing this thing before I have to explain how a dead woman is talking to you? Another pause. Then a different voice. Older. More experienced. Phoenix, this is Denver Center Supervisor. We're going to help you. Stand by. Maya's transmission triggers immediate responses across the entire aviation network. At Denver Air Traffic Control, supervisors scramble to verify what they just heard. They pull records. They search databases. They find her. Captain Maya Chen. F-16 pilot. Declared Kia. Memorial service held. Official death certificate. And now she's flying a civilian aircraft. At the Pentagon, a lieutenant monitoring emergency frequencies nearly chokes on his coffee. He runs to his commanding officer. Sir, we have a situation. A deceased Air Force pilot just identified herself on an emergency frequency. What? Captain Maya Chen. Call sign Phoenix. 77th Fighter Squadron. She was shot down 4 years ago. Declared Kia. We held a memorial service. So someone's impersonating her. That's what we thought. But the voice matches her voice profile. And she's demonstrating advanced flight skills consistent with military training. Sir, I think Phoenix might actually be alive. That's impossible. Get me the Secretary of Defense. Now. At Buckley Air Force Base, 30 miles from Denver, 2 F-16 fighter jets scramble. Their orders, intercept and verify. And 150 miles away, the 77th Fighter Squadron is conducting a training exercise. Major Rick Torres, call sign Hawkeye, is flying his F-16 in formation when his radio crackles. Hawkeye, this is command. We need you to divert to Denver airspace immediately. Command, we're in the middle of an exercise. Cancel the exercise. There's a civilian aircraft emergency. The pilot claims to be Phoenix. Hawkeye's blood runs cold. Say again. The pilot identifies as Captain Maya Chen. Call sign Phoenix. We need visual confirmation. Phoenix is dead. We buried her 4 years ago. I was at her funeral. Then either someone is impersonating her, or she's not as dead as we thought. Get eyes on that aircraft. Confirm identity. Report back immediately. Hawkeye changes course. His heart pounds. Phoenix. Alive. Impossible. But he has to see for himself. In the cockpit, Maya fights to remember everything she once knew. The radio crackles. Phoenix, this is Captain James Park, CRJ, 700 instructor pilot. The FAA has asked me to guide you through the approach and landing. Can you hear me? Affirmative. I hear you. Okay, Phoenix. Talk to me. What's your flight experience? I flew F-16 Fighting Falcon. Air superiority. Fast and aggressive. Manual flight controls. This is completely different. Copy that. But the principles are the same. Aircraft is aircraft. Lift, drag, thrust, weight. You understand those fundamentals better than most pilots ever will. We're going to make this work. For the next 15 minutes, Captain Park walks Maya through the CRJ 700 systems. Where the controls are. How the autopilot works. How to configure for landing. Maya listens. Absorbs. Adapts. But her hands shake. It's been 4 years since she flew anything faster than a small Cessna. The F-16 was a beast. Powerful. Responsive. Forgiving in some ways, unforgiving in others. This regional jet is different. Delicate. Computerized. Sensitive. One mistake and everyone dies. Phoenix, I need you to start your descent. Reduce power. Target 2,000 feet per minute. Maya adjusts the throttles. The aircraft's nose drops. Good. You're doing great. Now check your heading. You're 10 degrees off course. Maya corrects. Her muscle memory fights her. In an F-16, she'd use the rudder pedals more aggressively. Here, everything is smoother. More precise. Phoenix, extend your flaps to position 1. Maya finds the flap lever. Extends them. The plane shudders slightly as drag increases. Perfect. You're a natural. I don't feel like a natural. I feel like I'm about to kill everyone. You're not going to kill anyone. You're going to save 72 people. Trust yourself. Through the cockpit window, Maya sees 4 fighter jets approaching. F-16s. They form up around the regional jet. One pulls alongside. Close enough that Maya can see the pilot's helmet. The pilot's voice comes over the radio. Familiar. Impossible. Phoenix, this is Hawkeye. Do you copy? Maya's breath catches. Hawkeye. Rick Torres. They flew together for 3 years. He was at her funeral. He cried when they folded her flag. Hawkeye. Yeah, I copy. There's a long silence. Then, Phoenix, I'm looking at you right now through my canopy. I can see you in that cockpit. It's really you. It's really me. How? We thought you were dead. How are you alive? Long story. Can we save it for after I land this thing? Copy that. Hawkeye's voice cracks slightly. Phoenix, the whole squadron is listening. Everyone who flew with you. We thought we lost you. But you're back. Tears sting Maya's eyes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't. Save it. Right now, you focus on landing. We've got your 6. You're not alone anymore. Maya wipes her eyes. Focuses on the instruments. She's not alone. For 4 years, she's been alone. Hidden. Dead to the world. But now her squadron, her family, is flying beside her. At 10,000 feet, Denver approach clears all other aircraft out of the airspace. Maya has the entire airport to herself. Phoenix, you're 10 miles from the runway. Start configuring for landing. Flaps to position 2. Maya extends the flaps further. The plane slows. Drag increases. Landing gear down. Maya finds the gear lever. Pulls it. 3 green lights illuminate. Nose gear. Left main gear. Right main gear. All down and locked. Beautiful. You're at 5,000 feet. 5 miles from the runway. Flaps to full. The plane slows to approach speed. Maya's hands are slick with sweat. Phoenix, you're on the glide slope. Perfect approach. Just hold this. Keep the speed steady. At 1,000 feet, Maya can see the runway. Long wide. Clear. Emergency vehicles line both sides. Ambulances. Fire trucks. Police cars. At 500 feet, her hands start shaking. Don't screw this up. Don't kill these people. At 200 feet, Captain Park's voice is calm and steady. Phoenix, at 100 feet, you're going to flare. Pull back gently on the yoke. Just like landing an F-16, but smoother. You know how to do this. At 100 feet, Maya starts the flare. At 50 feet, the runway rushes up. At 10 feet, Maya pulls back. The main landing gear touches down. Firm, but controlled. Not perfect, but good enough. Maya deploys the thrust reversers. The engines roar. She applies the brakes. The plane slows. 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 And stops. They're on the ground. All 72 people alive. The cabin erupts. People scream with joy. They cry. They pray. They applaud. Rodriguez, the first officer, sobs. You saved us. You saved everyone. Maya just sits in the captain's seat. Her hands shake uncontrollably now. She stares at the runway through the windscreen. I just came back from the dead. And everyone is going to know. When Maya opens the cockpit door, the passengers stare at her like she's a ghost. Which, in a way, she is. They applaud. They thank her. Some try to hug her. Maya moves through them in a daze. She walks down the aircraft stairs onto the tarmac. Paramedics rush to check the captain. He's alive, barely, but they're working on him. FAA investigators wait. Airline officials wait. Airport security waits. And Hawkeye waits. He's landed his F-16 on a parallel runway. He sprinted across the tarmac. Now he stands 20 feet away, staring at her like he's seen a miracle. Phoenix. That's all he can say. Maya walks toward him. Stops a few feet away. Hi, Hawkeye. You're alive. We buried you. We mourned you. Your mother, God, your mother, she cried at your funeral. She held your flag. How? How are you alive? Maya takes a shaky breath. I survived the shootdown. Ejected. Landed in enemy territory. Got captured. Jesus. They held me for 9 months. Tortured me. Interrogated me. Broke my hand. Starved me. I gave them nothing. Name, rank, serial number. That's it. Hawkeye's face is pale. Meanwhile, Maya continues, the Pentagon declared me MIA. Then, when they couldn't find my body, they changed it to Kia. Killed in action. They held my funeral. Moved on. But you escaped. After 9 months, yeah. Killed 2 guards. Stole supplies. Hiked 40 miles through enemy territory. Made it to a coalition checkpoint. More dead than alive. So why didn't you come home? Maya's voice breaks. Because by the time I got out, my funeral had already happened. My family had already mourned me. The Pentagon said it would cause intelligence problems if the enemy knew I'd escaped. They offered me a choice. Come back to life and bring all the trauma with me, or stay dead and start over. They said my family had already moved on. That coming back would just hurt them all over again. So you stayed dead. I stayed dead. For 4 years. I changed my name. Moved to Montana. Became a flight instructor. Called my mom once a month, pretending to be a cousin, just to hear her voice. Hawkeye stares at her. Phoenix, your mother never moved on. I saw her after the funeral. She was destroyed. She blamed herself. She said she wished she told you she loved you more often. Jade's tears start to fall. I didn't know. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought disappearing would hurt less than coming back broken. You're not broken. Yes, I am. I have nightmares every night. I can't be in dark rooms. I startle at loud sounds. I'm a mess, Hawkeye. The Phoenix you knew died in that prison. I'm just what's left. Hawkeye steps forward and pulls her into a hug. The Phoenix I knew would have saved 72 people because she couldn't do anything else. The Phoenix I knew would come back from the dead if people needed her. You're exactly who you've always been. You just forgot for a while. Maya sobs into his shoulder. 2 hours later, Maya stands outside her mother's hospital room. She's changed out of her civilian clothes. Hawkeye brought her an Air Force uniform, her old one, the one they kept after she died. It still fits. Captain rank on her shoulders. Pilot wings on her chest. Phoenix patch on her arm. Her sister is in the room with their mother. Neither knows Maya is here. Neither knows she's alive. Hawkeye stands beside her. You don't have to do this. Yes, I do. Phoenix, your mom is dying. She's weak. This might. I know. But I can't let her die thinking I'm dead. I can't do that to her. Maya opens the door. Her mother lies in a hospital bed. Tubes in her arms. Monitors beeping. She looks so small. So fragile. Her sister sits beside the bed. She looks up when the door opens. For 3 seconds, she doesn't recognize Maya. The hair is different. Maya's older now. Harder. Changed. Then her sister's face goes white. No. No, you're dead. You're. Her mother turns her head. Looks at Maya. For a long moment, nobody speaks. Then her mother whispers, Maya. Maya's voice breaks. Hi, Mom. You're dead. They said, they showed me your flag. I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But you're here. You're standing here. Am I dreaming? Maya crosses the room. Kneels beside the bed. You're not dreaming. I'm real. I'm alive. I'm here. Her mother reaches out with a trembling hand. Touches Maya's face. Her tears fall. My baby. My baby came back. I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't mean to hurt you. I thought staying dead would be easier. I thought it would hurt less. Easier. Maya, I buried you. I mourned you. Every day for 4 years, I woke up and remembered you were gone. I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Her mother pulls Maya close. As close as the tubes and wires allow. I don't care why you stayed away. I don't care what happened. You're here now. You're alive. That's all that matters. Maya sobs. 4 years of grief. 4 years of hiding. 4 years of being dead. All of it breaks open. I was captured, Mom. For 9 months. They tortured me. And when I finally escaped, the military said it would be easier if I stayed dead. They said you'd already moved on. They said coming back would just bring all the pain back. They were wrong. I know. I know that now. Her sister, standing in the corner crying, finally speaks. Maya, we never moved on. Mom talked about you every day. She kept your room exactly the same. She lit a candle for you every night. We didn't move on. We just learned to live with the pain. Maya looks at her sister. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for thinking I was protecting you. By letting us think you were dead. Yes. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Despite everything, Maya laughs. It's a broken, watery sound, but it's a laugh. Her mother squeezes her hand. You're here now. That's what matters. You're here, and I can see you, and I can tell you I love you before I. You're not going anywhere yet. Maya, the cancer. You're stubborn. You come from stubborn people. You're going to fight this. Her mother smiles weakly. I'm tired, baby. I know. But fight anyway. For me. Please. Her mother looks at her for a long moment. Then nods. Okay. For you. 1 week later, Maya stands in a Pentagon conference room. The same room where, 4 years ago, they asked her to stay dead. Now they want answers. 3 generals sit across from her. A JAG lawyer. A psychiatrist. An intelligence officer. Captain Chen, the lead general says, you violated the terms of your agreement. You were supposed to remain anonymous. Instead, you identified yourself on an open frequency. You revealed classified information about your survival and escape. You compromised ongoing intelligence operations. Maya meets his eyes. 72 people were about to die. There were other options. You could have helped without revealing your identity. No, I couldn't. That first officer was panicking. She needed to know she could trust me. The air traffic controller needed to know I had the training to land that aircraft. I had to identify myself, or they wouldn't have listened. You could have used your current identity. Maya Chen. Maya Chen is a nobody. A civilian flight instructor with no credentials on regional jets. They would have questioned everything I said. People would have died while they debated whether to trust me. The general leans back. So you chose to expose yourself. I chose to save lives. That's what Phoenix does. That's what I've always done. Another general speaks. Captain Chen, you were offered a new life. Financial security. Medical care. All you had to do was stay hidden. I know. And I did. For 4 years. But I'm not going to apologize for saving 72 people. We're not asking you to apologize. We're trying to determine what to do with you now. Your survival is public knowledge. The media is running stories. Your old squadron wants you back. Your family knows you're alive. We can't put you back in the box. I don't want to go back in the box. What do you want? Maya takes a breath. I want to be reinstated. The room goes silent. Captain Chen, you can't return to combat flight status. Your injuries, your broken hand, your PTSD, you're not medically cleared. I don't want to fly combat. I want to teach. Train the next generation of fighter pilots. I've lived through situations most pilots only hear about. I've survived things that should have killed me. I can teach pilots how to survive. How to come home. The generals look at each other. The lead general speaks. We'll consider it. But, Captain Chen, if we reinstate you, there will be conditions. You'll undergo psychiatric evaluation. You'll answer every question about your captivity and escape. You'll cooperate fully with intelligence debriefings. I will. And you'll accept that you'll never be anonymous again. Phoenix is alive. The world knows. There's no going back. Maya nods. I don't want to go back. I'm done being dead. The memorial. 3 months later, Maya stands at Arlington National Cemetery. She wears her uniform. Full dress blues. Medals on her chest. Captain rank. Hawkeye and the entire 77th Fighter Squadron stand with her. They're at the memorial wall. The wall where names of fallen pilots are carved in stone. And there, in black granite, is her name. Captain Maya Chen. Call sign Phoenix. A maintenance worker approaches with tools. Under Maya's name, he carves new words. Declared Kia March 14, 2020. Survived. Returned April 18, 2024. It takes an hour. When he's done, Maya stands before the wall and reads her own epitaph. Hawkeye stands beside her. How does it feel? Seeing your name on the wall. Strange. Like I'm looking at a grave for someone who isn't dead. You're not dead. But Phoenix did die, in a way. The Phoenix who flew in 2020, the one who thought she was invincible, she died in that prison. Hawkeye nods. Yeah, she did. But someone else rose from those ashes. Someone stronger. Someone who saved 72 people. Someone who came back from the dead. Phoenix. Phoenix. They stand in silence for a long moment. Then Maya speaks. My mom's cancer is in remission. What? The doctors don't know why. They said it was terminal. But 3 weeks after I came back, the tumor started shrinking. They're calling it spontaneous remission. A miracle. Hawkeye smiles. Your mom's as stubborn as you. Or maybe she had a reason to fight. Maybe. They turn to leave, but Maya looks back at the wall one more time. At her name. At the words, survived. Returned. Hawkeye, do you think people can really come back from the dead? I don't know about people. But I know you did. And I think that's enough. 6 months after landing Flight 891, Captain Maya Chen walks into a classroom at Nellis Air Force Base, Nevada. She wears her flight suit. Phoenix patch on her shoulder. Pilot wings on her chest. The room is full of young pilots. 24 students, all training to fly fighter jets. They stare at her like she's a legend. Which, in a way, she is. The dead pilot who came back to life. The woman who saved 72 people. The survivor. Maya stands at the front of the room. My name is Captain Maya Chen. Call sign Phoenix. 4 years ago, I was shot down, captured, tortured, and declared dead. The Air Force held a funeral for me. My family buried an empty casket. My name was carved on a memorial wall. She pauses. For 4 years, I hid. I changed my name. I lived in Montana, teaching people how to fly Cessnas. I convinced myself that being dead was easier than facing what I'd survived. The students listen in absolute silence. Then 72 people needed me. Their pilot had a heart attack. Their plane was about to crash. And I had a choice. Stay hidden and let them die, or come forward and save them. She looks at each student. I chose to save them. And in doing that, I came back to life. Not just physically. I mean really came back. I stopped hiding. I stopped being afraid. A student raises her hand. Captain Chen, what did captivity teach you? Maya considers the question. It taught me that survival isn't just about staying alive. It's about what you do after. After the trauma. After the pain. After the world thinks you're gone. You either stay buried, or you rise up. You either let the pain destroy you, or you use it to become something stronger. Another student, what does your call sign mean? Phoenix. Maya smiles. A phoenix is a mythical bird that burns to death and rises from its own ashes. I got the call sign because I was shot down twice in training and kept coming back. My squadron said I was impossible to kill. She pauses. And now I understand what the call sign really means. Phoenix doesn't mean you never fall. It means you rise. Every single time. No matter how many times you're shot down. No matter how much it hurts. You rise. After class, Hawkeye finds her in the hallway. How was your first day? Good. Those kids are sharp. They're going to learn a lot from you. I hope so. They walk toward the flight line. In the distance, fighter jets sit on the tarmac. Maya stops and stares at them. You miss it? Hawkeye asks. Combat flying. Sometimes. But I can't fly combat anymore. My hand doesn't work right. My reflexes aren't what they were. So you teach. So I teach. And maybe that's better. Every pilot I train is someone who will come home. Every lesson I teach is something that might save their life when things go wrong. You're saving lives either way. Yeah. Just in a different cockpit. They reach the flight line. One of the jets is prepped for a demonstration flight. That's yours, Hawkeye says. What? The squadron took a vote. We want you to fly demonstration missions. Show the students what these birds can do. Your hand might not be good enough for combat, but it's good enough for this. Maya stares at the aircraft. Her aircraft. Phoenix painted on the nose. I haven't flown a fighter jet in 4 years. So? You hadn't flown a regional jet either, and you landed that just fine. Maya walks toward the plane. Runs her hand along the fuselage. The metal is warm from the Nevada sun. A crew chief approaches. Young. Maybe 20 years old. Captain Chen, I'm Airman Rodriguez. I'll be your crew chief. Call me Phoenix. Yes, ma'am. Phoenix. He grins. Ma'am, I just want to say, I heard what you did on that civilian flight. That was incredible. I just did what needed to be done. No, ma'am. You came back from the dead to save people. That's more than just doing a job. That's being a hero. Maya looks at this young airman. You want to know what being a hero really is? Yes, ma'am. It's not about being fearless. It's not about being perfect. It's about doing the right thing even when you're terrified. Even when it costs you everything. Even when the world thinks you're dead and buried. Rodriguez nods seriously. I'll remember that, ma'am. Good. Now let's get this bird ready to fly. 30 minutes later, Maya sits in the cockpit of a fighter jet for the first time in 4 years. The seat feels familiar. The controls feel right. The smell of jet fuel and hydraulic fluid brings back 1,000 memories. Some good. Some terrible. She runs through the pre-flight checklist. Fuel. Hydraulics. Electrical systems. Weapons safe. Everything checks out. Tower clears her. Phoenix, you're cleared for takeoff. Runway 21. Maya takes a breath. Her left hand, the one that was broken during captivity, rests on the throttle. It's not perfect. The fingers don't bend quite right. There's constant pain. But it works. Phoenix is rolling. She pushes the throttles forward. The engines roar. The jet accelerates down the runway. At 120 knots, she pulls back. The nose lifts. The wheels leave the ground. She's flying. For 4 years, she's been dead. Hidden. Afraid. Now she's back in the air where she belongs. The jet climbs to 5,000 feet. Maya levels off and looks down at the Nevada desert. Brown earth. Mountains in the distance. Clear blue sky. Hawkeye's voice comes over the radio. He's flying chase in another F-16. Phoenix, how does it feel? Maya grins. The first real smile in 4 years. It feels like coming home. Copy that. Ready for some maneuvers? Let's see if I remember how to do this. For the next 20 minutes, Maya flies. Rolls. Turns. Climbs. Dives. Her body remembers everything. The stick feels natural in her hand. The aircraft responds to her inputs like it's reading her mind. She's not the same pilot she was 4 years ago. That pilot was confident. Fearless. Unstoppable. This pilot knows fear. Knows pain. Knows what it's like to lose everything. But this pilot is stronger. Because she survived the impossible and came back. That night, Maya lies in her quarters at Nellis Air Force Base. She can't sleep. The nightmares always come when she closes her eyes. She's back in the prison. Dark cell. Stone walls. The smell of blood and sweat. Guards come. They drag her to the interrogation room. Strap her to a chair. Tell us about your mission. Name, rank, serial number. They break her fingers. One by one. She screams. Tell us about your squadron. Name, rank, serial number. They put her in darkness. Days. Weeks. She loses track of time. She's dying. She knows she's dying. And nobody knows she's alive. Maya wakes up gasping. Covered in sweat. Her heart races. She looks at the clock. 3:17 a.m. She gets out of bed. Puts on her flight suit. Walks outside. The night air is cool. Stars fill the sky. She walks to the flight line. To her jet. Sits on the wing and stares up at the stars. Can't sleep. Maya turns. Hawkeye stands nearby. Nightmares, she says. He climbs up and sits beside her. How often? Every night. Sometimes multiple times. You seeing the base psychiatrist? Twice a week. She's helping. But the memories don't go away. No, they don't. But they get quieter. Eventually. They sit in silence for a moment. Then Hawkeye asks, Phoenix, why did you really stay dead for 4 years? The truth? Maya looks at him. I was ashamed. Of what? Of breaking. In that prison, I thought I was strong. I thought nothing could break me. But they did. They broke me completely. I gave up. I wanted to die. And when I finally escaped, I wasn't the pilot I used to be. I was just broken pieces pretending to be a person. You're not broken. Yes, I am. I have PTSD. Panic attacks. I can't be in dark spaces. I startle at loud noises. I'm not the Phoenix you remember. Good. Maya stares at him. Good. The Phoenix I remember thought she was invincible. Thought she could handle anything alone. Thought asking for help was weakness. That Phoenix would have gotten herself killed eventually. So what am I now? Now you're someone who's been through hell and survived. Someone who knows her limits but pushes past them anyway. Someone who saves people because it's the right thing to do, not because she needs to prove something. I still have nightmares. So do I. Every combat pilot does. But we wake up, and we keep going. That's what makes us strong. Maya looks up at the stars. Hawkeye, do you think I did the right thing? Staying dead? Does it matter? You're alive now. It matters to my mom. 4 years of grief I could have prevented. Or 4 years where she got to heal before you came back and brought all your trauma with you. Phoenix, there's no right answer. You made the choice you thought was best. Now you're making a different choice. That's all anyone can do. 1 year after landing Flight 891, the Air Force holds a special ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery. Maya's name is already on the memorial wall. But now they're adding something new. The entire 77th Fighter Squadron attends. Maya's mother and sister are there. First Officer Rodriguez comes. Many of the 72 passengers from Flight 891 are invited. Maya stands in her dress uniform. Medals on her chest. Phoenix patch on her shoulder. A general gives a speech. Today we honor Captain Maya Chen. Call sign Phoenix. 1 year ago, the world believed she was dead. We held a funeral. We mourned. We moved on. But Phoenix didn't die. She survived. She escaped. She started a new life. And when 72 people needed her, she came back. The general turns to Maya. Captain Chen, the Air Force made a mistake. We declared you dead too quickly. We gave your family grief they didn't need to carry. We failed you. Today, we acknowledge that failure. And we thank you for coming back anyway. For saving lives. For teaching the next generation. For being exactly what your call sign promises, a pilot who rises from the ashes. The general unveils the updated memorial. Captain Maya Chen. Call sign Phoenix, declared Kia March 14, 2020. Survived. Returned April 18, 2024. Some pilots refuse to stay dead. The crowd applauds. Maya's mother comes forward. She's in remission now. Healthy. Strong. She hugs Maya tight. I'm so proud of you, baby. I'm sorry I stayed away so long. You came back. That's all that matters. 2 years after landing Flight 891, Maya stands in front of a new class of fighter pilots. She's been promoted to major. Phoenix patch on her shoulder. Instructor pilot badge on her chest. She's trained 49 pilots in the past 2 years. All of them graduated. All of them are flying now. Some in combat. Some in training roles. All alive. Today's class is special. Lieutenant Sarah Brooks, the student who almost quit 2 years ago, is graduating at the top of her class. Maya pins the pilot wings on Brooks' chest. Congratulations, Lieutenant. You earned this. Thank you, ma'am. I wouldn't be here without you. Yes, you would. You just needed to believe in yourself. After the ceremony, Maya walks to the flight line alone. Her jet sits on the tarmac. Phoenix painted on the nose. She runs her hand along the fuselage. Her left hand, still scarred, still painful, touches the metal. You ready? Maya turns. Hawkeye stands behind her. Ready for what? The squadron voted. We want you to lead a training mission. 6 aircraft. Formation flight. Show these new pilots what we can really do. I'm an instructor, not a combat pilot. You're Phoenix. You're both. Maya looks at the aircraft. At her call sign. For 4 years, she ran from this. From being Phoenix. From being a pilot. From being alive. Now she's ready to fly again. 30 minutes later, 6 fighter jets taxi to the runway. Maya leads. Hawkeye on her wing. 4 student pilots behind them. Tower clears them. Phoenix flight, you're cleared for takeoff. Maya takes a breath. Phoenix flight, this is Phoenix lead. We're rolling. She pushes the throttles forward. The jet accelerates. At 120 knots, she pulls back. The formation lifts off together. 6 aircraft rising into the Nevada sky. They climb to 10,000 feet. Maya leads them through basic maneuvers. Turns. Rolls. Formation changes. The students follow perfectly. Then Maya's radio crackles. An unexpected voice. Phoenix lead, this is Denver Center. Maya's heart skips. Denver Center. The same controller from 2 years ago. Denver Center, this is Phoenix lead. Go ahead. Phoenix, we have a situation. Civilian aircraft. Engine failure. Pilot requesting emergency assistance. Aircraft is 50 miles north of your position. Can you provide support? Maya looks at her wingman. Hawkeye nods. Denver Center, Phoenix flight is en route. What's the aircraft type? Cessna 172. Single engine. Pilot is a student. Solo flight. He's panicking. Maya knows this situation. She's lived this situation. Denver Center, patch me through to the Cessna. A moment later, a young voice. Terrified. Shaking. Mayday, mayday. My engine quit. I don't know what to do. Cessna pilot, this is Major Maya Chen. Call sign Phoenix, United States Air Force. I'm 50 miles from your position. I'm coming to help you, but I need you to listen carefully. Can you do that? Yes. I think so. Good. First, take a deep breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Do it now. She hears him breathing. Good. Now you've practiced engine out procedures. You know what to do. You just forgot because you're scared. I'm going to remind you. Okay. Okay. Establish best glide speed. 65 knots. Check your airspeed indicator. Are you at 65? No, I'm at 90. Pull back on the yoke gently. Slow down to 65. That's your best glide speed. It'll give you maximum distance. Okay. I'm at 65 now. Perfect. Now pick a field. Anywhere flat. Don't try to make it back to an airport. Just find a field and aim for it. There's a field straight ahead. Good. Fly toward it. Keep your speed at 65. You're doing great. Maya's jet covers the distance in minutes. She sees the Cessna below. Small. Fragile. Gliding toward an open field. Cessna pilot, I have you visual. I'm right above you. You're lined up perfectly with that field. Just maintain your speed and attitude. I'm scared. I know. But you're doing everything right. In 60 seconds, you'll be on the ground. Safe. Just keep flying. She watches the Cessna descend. 500 feet. 300 feet. 100 feet. The pilot flares. The wheels touch grass. The Cessna rolls to a stop. Safe. Denver Center, Cessna is down safe. Pilot is uninjured. Copy, Phoenix. Outstanding work. Maya circles overhead once, then leads her formation back toward base. Hawkeye's voice, Phoenix, that was beautiful. Just doing the job. No. You saved another life. How many is that now? Maya thinks. 72 passengers on Flight 891. 49 pilots she's trained. 1 student pilot today. I don't keep count. You should. Because every person you save is proof that Phoenix really did rise from the dead. And she's making sure others rise too. 5 years after landing Flight 891, Maya Chen sits in her office at Nellis Air Force Base. She's a lieutenant colonel now. Squadron Commander. The youngest woman to ever command a fighter squadron. On her desk, photos of her mother, still in remission, healthy. Her sister, married with 2 kids. And Hawkeye, retired now, but still her best friend. On the wall, her Phoenix patch. Her medals. And a framed letter from First Officer Rodriguez, who's now training to be an airline captain. There's a knock on the door. Come in. A young pilot enters. Nervous. Uncertain. Colonel Chen, I'm Lieutenant James Park. I just graduated flight school. They assigned me to your squadron. Welcome, Lieutenant. Have a seat. He sits. Looks around the office. Sees the Phoenix patch. Ma'am, I heard the stories about you. How you were shot down. Captured. Declared dead. How you came back and saved all those people. The stories are true. Can I ask you something? Sure. How do you do it? How do you keep flying after everything you've been through? Maya looks at this young pilot. Sees herself 10 years ago. Confident. Scared. Unsure if she's good enough. Lieutenant Park, I fly because it's who I am. Not because I'm fearless. Not because I'm perfect. But because every time I climb into that cockpit, I choose to rise. I choose to be Phoenix. What if I'm not brave enough? Bravery isn't something you have. It's something you choose. Every single day. Every single flight. You choose to face your fear instead of running from it. Did you run? For 4 years. And I survived. But I didn't live. Not really. It wasn't until I stopped running that I finally understood what Phoenix means. What does it mean? Maya stands. Walks to the window. Looks out at the flight line where jets sit ready for flight. It means you fall. You burn. You die. And then you rise from the ashes stronger than before. Not because you're invincible, but because you refuse to stay dead. She turns to the young pilot. Lieutenant Park, you're going to face fear. You're going to doubt yourself. You're going to have moments where you want to quit. But if you remember one thing, remember this: Phoenix isn't just my call sign. It's a choice. The choice to rise every single time you fall. The choice to live even when it's easier to stay dead. The lieutenant nods. I'll remember, ma'am. After he leaves, Maya puts on her flight suit. Phoenix patch on the shoulder. Pilot wings on the chest. She walks to the flight line. Her jet waits. Phoenix painted on the nose in bold letters. She climbs into the cockpit. Her scarred hands touch the controls. Tower clears her. Phoenix, you're cleared for takeoff. Maya smiles. Phoenix is rolling. The engines roar. The aircraft accelerates down the runway. At 120 knots, she pulls back. The jet climbs into the clear blue sky. For 4 years, Maya Chen was dead. For 5 years since, she's been alive. And every day, she chooses to rise. Because that's what Phoenix does. She rises. Every single time.